Hello, everybody. I'm Ed Robinson, and welcome to another exciting edition of the League Wraparound. This is the program that gets you caught up on anything and everything happening around the NFL. We have a jam-packed show for you. We're going to preview the Super Wildcard Weekend playoff games. Hey, the NFL second season is in full swing. Thank you so much for tuning into the program. So let's get to it. My top three storylines. My first storyline is going to be Pete Carroll. Yes, it is true. Pete Carroll has been fired by the Seattle Seahawks. 14 great seasons in Seattle. Pete, track record, went to 2 Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl. That was the Super Bowl that was played at MetLife Stadium in the New York, New Jersey area, where that defense and the running game, Legion of Boom, Marshawn Lynch, Russell Wilson was only in his second year in the league. The Seahawks, that team came in and did damage on Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. And of course, we know about what happened the following year. They returned to the Super Bowl. We know how that turned out with the whole debacle, not giving Lynch the ball at the goal line. Russell throws the interception. But anyway, that was a classic Super Bowl when the Seahawks took on Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. So it is official. The Seattle Seahawks have fired head coach Pete Carroll after 14 seasons. And listen, before Pete got to Seattle, his track record in college was phenomenal. He was the head coach at USC, won a couple of national championships, including winning 4 Rose Bowls, 2 Orange Bowls, also was a 7-time Pac-10 champion, and then winds up joining the Seattle Seahawks, where not only was he the head coach, but also the vice president of football operations. He'll still serve in an advisory role despite not being the head coach anymore. And this was very interesting because when he did the press conference, it didn't sound like a gentleman that, according to reports, said that it was an amicable split. Pete sounded like he could still go out and coach. He wasn't ready to leave by any means. And rightfully so. I believe him. Hey, this is one of the most energetic gentlemen, not just in the NFL, but really one of the most energetic coaches, one of the most energetic personalities we've seen in quite some time. And I know Pete has already said that he has no plans to slow down anytime soon. He wants to continue coaching. He wants to continue to make a difference, and he feels that he can still do it. And I believe he can still do it too. I know we're in the modern era of the NFL where it's a quarterback's era, where quarterbacks, a lot of organizations are looking for offensive-minded head coach. We're looking for offensive-minded head coaches, But one thing is for sure, Pete can still do it. I know Pete is a defensive guy, but hey, he still can coach. He still has what it takes. And I believe him. He still has the juice. His career head coaching record during the regular season, 170 wins, 120 losses, and 1 tie. Postseason record, 11-11. So again, that's consistent right there. Now, the Seahawks went to the playoffs last year. They fell short in the wild card game to the San Francisco 49ers. But again, when I think of Pete Carroll, his legacy in Seattle as far as a head coach is concerned, again, the Legion of Boom defense, also Russell Wilson being developed, Marshawn Lynch, beast mode. Also, there were some things that had happened during his time in Seattle where there were reports about him protecting Russell from other members of the team, and then Russell wanting him, all sorts of rumor mill going on with that. But listen, he was the head coach there for 14 seasons. That's a long time. And wherever Pete ends up, I know Pete has an advisory role with the Seahawks, but we'll see what happens. It's amazing that Pete Carroll, he's under some very illustrious company. He is one of 4 head coaches to have won a college football national championship and an NFL championship. The others are Paul Brown, Jimmy Johnson, and Barry Switzer. So Pete, again, one of the most energetic coaches, not just in the NFL, but really in all of football. And I'll tell you one thing, he'll serve in his advisory role for the Seahawks, but I think it could be a short-lived position because there's a lot of positions that have opened up, are going to beginning to open up, and I'll get more into that a little bit later. But Pete Carroll fired as the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. My next storyline is going to be Bill Belichick. You talk about a fall from grace. When I think of Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots, I think, of course, not only with Bill, but with Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Julian Edelman, all of the great Patriot championship teams that they had. Belichick, head coach as the New England Patriots, 8-time Super Bowl winner. He's been a multiple League Coach of the Year award winner. I mean, the man has put up a track record. Not only has he put up a track record as the head coach of the Patriots, but even before then had success as a head coach of the Cleveland Browns, and then, of course, his great time with the New York Giants. This year was a disappointing year for the New England Patriots. Did not make the playoffs. They lost in the final week of the regular season to the New York Jets. And when we talk about coach, general manager / owner relationships, Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick have had one of the best, if not the best, in the NFL for quite some time. Robert Kraft has not made a coaching change in 24 seasons. And that says a lot about not just Bill Belichick, but the Patriots as a whole. Yes, they've had Tom Brady for the majority of those years, but there's also the talent that has come along, like a Julian Edelman and a Rob Gronkowski and a Randy Moss and a Teddy Bruschi, Ted Johnson, Richard Seymour, Rodney Harrison, Ty Law, Lawyer Malloy, just to name a few. All eyes are going to be fixated on Foxborough. All eyes were really focused on Foxborough since last year. We saw New England the last 2 years not developing at the quarterback position since Brady leaving. They thought Mac Jones was the one. Not the case. Let's see what happens in the draft in April. It's been one heck of a ride. It has been one heck of a ride with Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. It's been 24 seasons since Robert Kraft has made a coaching change. It's definitely been one heck of a ride. And for my last storyline is going to be head coaching firings. So Arthur Smith was let go by the Atlanta Falcons after 3 seasons with the team. No playoff appearances during his time with the team. He finished with a record of 21 wins and 30 losses. Also, Ron Rivera, after 4 seasons with the Washington Commanders, he was relieved from his duties as head coach of the Washington Commanders. During his time with the team, he had a record of 26, 40, and 1. 26 wins, 40 losses, and 1 tie. And he had 1 playoff appearance and no playoff wins. And the surprising one to me was a Mike Vrabel. After 6 seasons as the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, he was fired. During his time with the team, he had a record of 54 and 45, 54 wins, 45 losses, 2 AFC South division titles, 3 playoff appearances. I'm a little bit confused about this Vrabel one. I think they were going to bring him back for maybe another year or 2. This one is, I'm very confused about this one. And of course, I mentioned earlier about Pete Carroll being fired by the Seattle Seahawks. Vrabel and Carroll, they won't be without a job much long. The Vrabel one, a little bit confused on that one. Arthur Smith, I knew that was going to come, if not at the end of the year. I thought next year was going to be, the year that he could be on the hot seat. I thought they were going to bring him back at least one more year because with Desmond Ridder coming in and, we'll see, with the quarterback situation. But again, as they say, the worst day for an NFL head coach is the day after the final week of the regular season, as they call it, Black Monday. And this is when a lot of coaches know that their jobs are on the line. Either they're going to be let go at the end of the year, or they're going to have one more year, maybe 2 years to get it right. And the NFL is a dog-eat-dog business, and you just never know. I did not expect Mike Vrabel to be fired by the Tennessee Titans. I thought they would have brought him back another year, maybe 2 years, maybe to try to get the Will Levis situation together. But man, this is a tough all around, especially with the Pete Carroll thing, not just with Mike Vrabel, but Pete Carroll. This is definitely a surprise right here. Ron Rivera, I knew this was coming. Eric Bieniemy could be in line to be the next head coach of the Commanders. We'll see what happens with that. Jim Harbaugh, after winning the national championship with Michigan, the Chargers job, the Commanders job is available. Now you got Tennessee, you got Atlanta and the Seattle job available. Also the Raiders job, as well as Carolina is available as well. So this is going to be interesting, but man, never a dull moment in the NFL. And we definitely have our head coaching firings already in place.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ruben Patel with Patient Plus Urgent Care. These days, it can be hard to find the time and money to take care of yourself. We're here to help with our new Urgent Care membership. Starting at $20 a month, the same as your car wash membership, visit any of our locations for that scratchy throat, runny nose, fever, chills, or any injury. Visit patientplusuc.com/membership for more information. patientplusuc.com/membership.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
All right, now it's time to preview the games for Super Wildcard Weekend. We have the Philadelphia Eagles going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For the Eagles, you talk about a fall from grace. What a difference a year makes, but not in the right way. The Eagles have fallen very hard. Injuries have hit them. Coaching changes happened during the offseason, and you really see it in their play. But the Eagles are in the playoffs. They have to travel for this wild card game, and they're going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, listen, Jalen is about as one of the toughest players in the league. You know, he's going to try to play up to his best. A.J. Brown battling a knee injury. You know, he's tough. You know, he's going to try to bring his best. Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, DeAndre Swift. Offensively, Philly's going to have to bring it, and their offensive line is going to have to bring it as well. For Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, we talk about Joe Flacco. Listen, Baker deserves a strong consideration for comeback player of the year. Rachaad White has had a nice year for Tampa Bay, not just running, but also catching the ball out of the backfield as well. Defensively, Tampa, very strong. They're going to have to be strong in this game because the Eagles, if you don't play them tight, Jalen Hurts could have a field day with you, as well as this Eagles offense as well. So the Eagles and the Buccaneers should be an interesting one. I think it's going to come down to maybe one mistake, and it could end in a possible field goal, perhaps. I think Jalen Hurts, yeah, the Eagles are banged up. It's a different year for them. It's just not the same team, but it could come down to one, maybe two turnovers and a team getting in field goal range and winning the game. All right, before we get on out of here, I want to give you my picks on who I think will win Super Wildcard Weekend's playoff games. The Philadelphia Eagles go up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like Philadelphia to win. So again, my picks are Philadelphia. And there you have it. That's going to do it for another exciting edition of the League Wraparound. I'd like to thank you out there, the listeners, for tuning in to another exciting show. Thank you so much for your support as always. And until next time, everybody, I'm Ed Robinson saying so long, and you take care.